trying to do feels impossible, but you know what? Why not try anyways? Hello, my friends. Welcome to today's video. My name is Chelsea. Thank you so much for being here. And we have 1 week left in July, and I have 5 books left on my TBR, which, here's why it's impossible. I have not been reading that much. This month has just been super busy. We've been traveling, we've been doing things around the house. It was my kid's birthday. Like, track record shows I cannot read 5 books in 7 days this month, okay? Now that I have done that before, but I don't think that's gonna happen this month. But you know, why not give it a shot? We are currently visiting my sister-in-law. She had a baby 2 months ago, and we are hanging out, helping out, so we'll see what we get up to. There might be some baby snuggles with a Kindle. I don't know, but here's the goal. We have 5 books, 7 days. It's Thursday. We are starting with The Ever King. This book has been raved about everywhere. I'm excited to pick it up. I'm excited to see what the hype is about. I hope this book is for me. It's been given to me as like Pirates of the Caribbean, enemies to lovers, dark prince kind of vibes. So I'm excited about it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Let's get going. It is Saturday and I still have not finished The Ever King. I've been reading this book for 3 days. I can't seem to get myself to finish it. I don't know, it's just really slow going for me. I thought I would really love this book after everytheverything I had heard about it. I'm just not that into it, I think. I don't know. It was sold to me as like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like a dark prince king. He essentially like kidnaps the princess of his enemy and kind of holds her ransom, and then things kind of twist and turn. She's taken by him on his boat and kind of is exposed to like his kingdom, his people, his land, and obviously feelings hatch. I'm 60% in, and I think they're attracted to each other, but it's definitely enemies to lovers vibes. I mean, they like straight up hate each other at the beginning of this book for various reasons. And I'm enjoying like the banter. I'm enjoying some of the plot points we have going on. I just feel like very disconnected from the characters. It feels a bit shallow. I think there's some secrets that we haven't explored yet, which I think might help me get more into this story. We just haven't seen them yet. And I do think it ends on a cliffhanger based on like the little snippets of information they've left here and there. I think there will be a big reveal at the end and a cliffhanger into book 2. To be honest, this book is sitting at like a 3-star for me. The fact that it's taken me this long to finish this book is kind of a red flag for me because it's less than 400 pages. I feel like I should fly by with the time that I have. I'm just choosing to not pick it up, which is a problem for me. So yeah, it's sitting at like a 3-star. I don't know if that'll change. I think based on how the ending works out, that'll determine if I pick up book 2, but right now I'm kind of meh about it, which is kind of a disappointment for me because I was really hoping to love this book. But I hope to finish it tonight. I think I'm just gonna like power through and finish it because I need to move on to my next book tomorrow, or else this challenge will never finish. Shall we do a reading check-in? It is Monday. I did in fact finish The Ever King Saturday night, finally. And to be honest, I don't remember the ending very much because I feel like I was kind of falling asleep by the end. I don't know how I feel about this book, to be honest. I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 out of 4 stars. I don't know if I actually gave you the synopsis for this book. So we've got our princess of the Earth Fae who essentially gets kidnapped by the king of the Ever, which is kind of like an under the sea realm. It's hard to explain. We don't know a ton about the Ever, just that they are the Earth Fae enemies. The Earth Fae themselves don't really know a ton about the Ever. So our princess gets captured by the Ever King, taken on his pirate ship, and sails across the realms back to the Ever itself. And she kind of discovers that like maybe they're not all bad, and maybe the things that she was told as a child are not all true, as you know, in history shows, like the winner usually is seen in the best light, or maybe you just hear part of history from one side of the story. So there's a lot to unpack as far as like what actually happened in years past, and if what she was told is actually true about her people, about the Ever people. So I did enjoy the aspect of like discovering these secrets. I enjoyed the banter between our two main characters. I thought the Ever King was pretty dark. There are some moments where I felt like the enemies to lovers like didn't always shine through for me. It felt a little see-through, a little transparent, which is fine. It's a fantasy romance. We know where we're going with this story, right? I do think the spice was good. It wasn't too heavy-handed, which I appreciate, but you definitely felt like there was a connection between our two main characters. I enjoyed the twist at the end. I enjoyed like the little cliffhanger we had. I do think I will pick up book 2. I have heard it's more heavy on the plot, which could be nice. There are a lot of side characters in this story, and that got a little confusing sometimes. I was like, there's just a lot of names, a lot of people I'm trying to keep track, a lot of magic. Each person in the Ever has a very specific magic. So it's kind of confusing. Like I couldn't really remember like whose magic does what. Like they can each use their magic for a specific purpose. And so it can be a little confusing to keep track of all the characters and how their magic is used for their specific character, if that makes any sense. So I think that was a little confusing for me. Overall, I did enjoy this story. I felt like it was a bit slow for me. I didn't love it as much as I assumed I would. Next book up is Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell. This book comes out tomorrow, I think. I got an early copy, and I actually started this last night, and I only have a little bit left. I'm really loving this. I'll give you an update when I finish. All right, my friends, it is August 1st, which means it's time to wrap up this finishing my July TBR video. And unfortunately, I have some bad news that we all knew was coming. I did not finish my TBR. I will say I am a little disappointed I didn't read as much as I thought I would, but that's life, and this is where we're at. So let's do a recap on what I actually did finish. Let's start with The Ever King, which I did give a synopsis and a brief review on earlier in this video. I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars. I have heard intriguing things about The Ever Queen, which is the sequel in this book, and I think I will end up picking it up. So second up, we have Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell. This is a brand new book by her. It came out this week. And I really enjoyed this one. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I will say, like, there was parts of it that felt a little bit slow for me, but overall I had a great time. This is about 2 childhood best friends who lose touch after a brief encounter in college, and they lose touch for like 14 years. And then they run into each other at a high school friend's wedding and kind of re-spark their friendship. I appreciated how mature the characters in this book were. We're dealing with a single mom who went through a divorce. She's still in contact with her husband. He's still very much involved in her children's lives. And then we have a single man who's never been married, who's in the Navy and basically lives on a boat most of the year. And it's just interesting to see like how their worlds kind of converge. I feel like this book was a really great example at how much like romances and relationships as you get older aren't any easier. They're in fact much harder than they are when you're younger. But like if you put in the work and you really go after something and you want to be in a relationship with someone and you want to keep someone in your life, like there are ways to do it and it is possible. And I think this was a really cool view at like romance and a relationship as you get older in life. I feel like a lot of romances these days are younger people straight out of college trying to figure out life, which is a great time, but I just really loved, I think these characters are in their early 30s and I really loved seeing that. So that's definitely been a theme for me this month. So I would encourage you to pick this one up if you are interested in a second chance romance, childhood best friends to strangers to friends to lovers vibe. I really enjoyed this one. And then lastly, I ended up picking up Lord of Shadows, which is book 2 in the Dark Artifices series. I'm really enjoying this series. I feel like we're getting so much more action in this book than we did in book 1. I ended up getting 400-ish pages in, which is just over halfway. I will continue reading this at the beginning of August and hopefully we'll finish up in the next couple of days. I don't want to give too much away because spoilers, this is the second book in the series and it's not even the first trilogy in the entire Shadow Hunter world, so I feel like I can't say too much about this without giving a lot of spoilers away, but I am really enjoying this. I think the direction that it's going is very different than what I anticipated, and I'm loving that. There are some characters that we briefly met in book 1 that are getting more of a role in book 2, which is really exciting. There are some secrets that are kind of being talked about behind the scenes, and I'm intrigued to see what those secrets are and like, will we learn more? Will we learn those secrets? There's some characters that you're like, I think you're a little nefarious, and we'll see if they actually are in this book or not. And maybe we won't see it in this book, but it'll be in book 3. So I am planning to finish this book in August, and I do have book 3 on my August TBR. We'll see if I end up getting to it. It's just over 900 pages, which is so long, but you got to read the long books at some time. You can't just keep putting them off forever because then they'll never get read. So this was a hit for me. I am excited to keep reading this. I am bummed I didn't finish in July, but I probably shouldn't have saved it for the last 2 days of the month anyway, so that's my bad. There are 2 books that I didn't get to on this month's TBR, but I pushed them to August, so you'll probably see them in some of my August content. Overall, I had a really good month of reading in July, and I feel like I might be kind of back in my groove, which is really exciting. We'll see in August if that continues, but fingers crossed we'll get another good month of reading. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!